At this church in Ivory Coast, some African Catholics are hoping that one of their own could become the first black pope in modern history. Among them, Jean-Luc Guibert. He says his greatest wish is for the next pope to be a black man. And if not, then a white man who is truly a leader. However, while some African contenders' names have been circulating, Vatican insiders are skeptical that any of them have a realistic chance. That's partly because none have been subjected to the same level of public scrutiny as most Western cardinals. And that is a potential concern for an institution that has been shaken by devastating scandals in recent decades. Though there are several arguments for an African pope. The continent boasted around 20% of the world's Catholics in 2023. It is also, according to Vatican figures, where the Catholic Church is growing fastest. And some suggest an African pope is long overdue. Scholars researching the early church have cited evidence that some first millennium popes were born in North Africa or were of African descent, though details are scant. Among African names tipped to be potential candidates are Ghana's Cardinal Peter Kodwo Appiah Turkson, Ivory Coast's Cardinal Ignace Bessi Dogbo, and the Archbishop of Democratic Republic of Congo's Kinshasa, Fridolin Mbongo Bisongu. The elevation of an African cardinal to the papal throne would be widely interpreted as a continuation of Francis's track record of standing up for the poor and oppressed, migrants and civilians fleeing war. But an African pope would not necessarily embrace Francis's more socially progressive positions. In particular, approving the blessing of same-sex couples on a case-by-case basis has already